So I'm back taking a look at some more Bluetooth portable speakers. Now this one here is from Tribit. It's their StormBox Blast. 90 watts, it has 32 LEDs, application support with equalizer. You can even set up your own custom equalizer, and it does have an IPX7 waterproof rating. So this model here can run also for up to 30 hours is their claim. I'll be testing it all out and I'll let you know exactly what I think this Bluetooth speaker is like and whether or not you should consider it over other models out there. Included with the StormBox Blast, you'll find our AC cable, so that is to charge it. Unfortunately, no Type-C charging or any form of USB charging, only output charging. And we do have this, which is our instruction manual. Now, if you do take a look at this, there is one page here, which is the 11th page that lists all the product specs. So just quickly show you that. So pause if you want to read it all. Maximum power output is 90 watts. You can see the frequency response range and the frequency band range there. And it does have an 18-month warranty with Tribit. The speaker's build quality is very good. So it's made out of these solid plastics. It is heavy. It's about, well, just under 5.5 kilos. So for our controls, this is a rubber cover over all these buttons here. So no water's going to get in this. If you keep the gasket on the back of it that it does have for the ports that I'll show you and where to charge it, it then retains that IPX7, so it's waterproof. So we've got our power on and off, Bluetooth connection, volume up and down, pause and play. This is for the lighting on the front of it, and then the X bass mode, which is basically just boosting up the lows, pumping out even more bass if that's what you want. The StormBox Blast does have this mesh over the top, so this is painted metal. We have our drivers, which are in here handling the lows and the mids. Now, it's a little hard to see them through that mesh, but they're here. They're 4.2 inches, both of them, and they're 30 watts. So with both of those combined, that's 60, and then we get an additional 30 combined, 15 each from the tweeters that are just right here. Now, you can see the lights. There's also lights on the speakers, and I'll give you a very quick demonstration of what they look like here with the lights out. So it is all plastics, and then this area here, that is a metal mesh that goes over the top of it. Now there's rubber actually on either side here too, just to help with it, and then rubber feet at the bottom. So under this gasket here, that is where you will find that we do have an auxiliary in, 3.5 millimeter, and we do have an output here, which is Type-C. That's 5 volts and only 1 amp. So if you did need to charge an external device, you can do it with this, and then to charge it you actually do need to use that infinity style plug there to fully charge it. Now that's going to take quite a while. It is a large battery and the runtime's up to 30 hours. Now this is really my only con here of this unit, is that you can only charge it with the AC plug there. You cannot charge it via Type-C, which is a bit of a shame. Then either side of the speakers you'll find this, which is basically like a bass reflex. Like normally on speakers you'd have the port, but this is sealed because it is waterproof. So this is going to be moving in and out a lot, and you'll see with the tunes, like right now you can see when I'm blasting out some tunes that's moving quite a bit, so it's working. And why is that? Well, the way it's ported internally, that when those drivers are moving in and out, they're pushing air, and there's a bit of pressure inside there, and that is why you see this thing moving like crazy there, and it's just made out of rubber to the outside. There is an app for the StormBox Blast too. So once you sign up and you're logged in, you can then add the speaker and go into it. There's a lot of good things in here that you do get with the application that you otherwise wouldn't have if you were just using it straight forward, but you don't need to use the app. So the app is great to let us know the exact battery life. You can see that. You can also adjust the lighting modes there and disable them altogether, but we do have the button as well that is located on the speaker box itself. So we've got our presets there for our equalizer, or you can go into customized and edit that and save it and set your own equalizer there, which is really good. You've got all the different bands there, so the mids, the highs, and the lows. And you'll see too that we do have media controls. And if you go over here into the settings, you can turn off the auto shutdown, auto hibernate, and there are firmware updates. There's one right there that I do need to apply for it, which I'll be doing now, but I am having a bit of a problem here. It downloads it, but it doesn't seem to want to actually flash it over. It just keeps saying unzipped success, and that's as far as I get with it. So I have to try with another phone. I'm not too sure what's up with that. You can see all it's doing is just, well, optimizing it right there. I get this error that comes up saying the reasons it may fail, but it doesn't actually give me the reason. So that's just a minor there. I hope that is fixed with the app. This probably won't be most people's use case scenario for a speaker like this. You probably won't be streaming movies and connecting up to it, right? But how is the latency? I just wanted to test it out. Now, a short little clip here of The Boys on Amazon Prime TV. I do see that it looks pretty good, that it's in time with their mouths here, which is what you want. I can detect a slight little delay, but it's not enough to be irritating there. It is running off Bluetooth 5.3 spec, and so you're not really going to see too much of an issue there with delays. However, if you do intend to game and connect up to the speaker, that's when it is a little more noticeable when you're playing games. What about the battery life? So this will go, they claim, for up to 30 hours. Now, I did my own test here, ran it for 10 hours. I lost 38% battery. I have noticed too with the application that when I do plug it in to charge, that it will not actually reach 100%. It's normally around 96% or 94%, even though it stopped charging because the light has gone off. And that is probably the only real con that I do have with this model here. So the StormBox, it could do with Type-C charging or another form of charging. So you need to carry that cable around with you. Now, it's a very common cable that you see with a lot of products that you probably have about 10 others in the house. I know I do, tech reviewers do, so not a big one, but I just wish it had another form of cable there. So most importantly, what is it like? What does it sound like? So the lows that come out of this, very good. You've got the X bass mode. I'll just do a quick demonstration of that, even though I'm just recording with the lav mic, but the mids sound really good. If I was to criticize one area, it's the highs. Now the highs aren't quite as crisp as I would personally like. It's all personal preference here. So I go into the equalizer, tweak it up a little bit, and I think for the price tag, this thing sounds absolutely fantastic. So you're probably thinking, well, what about competitors? I know recently I did a review of Soundcore's Motion Boom Plus, which I do happen to have right here. And you can see that this is a smaller unit. It's nowhere near as heavy. That's one of the positives. It does have the straps that you can put onto it. It comes with a shoulder strap. This does not come with a shoulder strap. And you'll see that, yeah, 5.5 kilos versus about, I think it's 2 or just over 2 or 2.5 kilos. Huge difference there. But when it comes to the sound quality, hands down, this thing just blows it out of the water. Loudness, the bass, and just general quality, the Tribit, so much better right there. Now, I'll just give you that very quick preview here because I'm recording with a lav mic. This is never, it's not, and doesn't represent the overall quality of what you're going to hear, but this is just a track here from Carbon-Based Lifeforms. So I'll play it first without the X-Bass mode. Pretty good bass to start with anyway, and that's only about 30% volume. And here's X-Bass. Wow. All right, that's really loud. So great bass for bass lovers out there, and I think this is going to be that perfect. It really is for the price point, perfect speaker. The only cons, as I pointed out, the charging cable, and the minor issue that I do have is that I can't seem to update the firmware update that's there with the application. I don't know what's stopping me. I have actually tried with another phone, but it gave me the same error there. So overall, an excellent speaker. Thank you so much for watching this review. If you did like it, please do give a thumbs up and think about subscribing if you're into tech reviews like this.